Hello everyone, this is Faisal with another video. My father was murdered and I miss him terribly. On Sunday, the world will be celebrating Father's Day. And this is a very painful time in my life and in the lives of my brothers Yusuf and Ibrahim. But I'm speaking from a personal perspective. More than 35 years ago, my father was murdered. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of what actually happened and the case and all that sort of stuff, but just the fact that we should appreciate our fathers while we have them here with us. I miss my dad. I'm a journalist, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a social media influencer, and call me what you want. But at the end of the day, I get as much nonsense from some users, from some people. You just need that support structure when you come home and your dad is there and to tell you, you know what, Faisal, don't worry, everything will be alright, and he gives you that reassuring hug. I even had that luxury for 35 years. Now, let me not take away the fact that my mother has been there for us for the last 35 years, and she has been our support structure for all those years. My mother sacrificed her life, right, and her happiness to bring up her 3 children and to make us what we are today. So a lot of the credit goes to my mom as well. But it's her du'as and her prayers to the Almighty that has made it possible for us to be where we are today. But let's talk about dads. A lot of you will be asking what actually happened. Well, 35 years ago, on the 9th of December 1984, I was not at home. I was spending some time with my uncle at his home, and the night before, my dad actually came to visit me. He told my mom that he wants to see Faisal, but you don't realize at that time, what the greater implications of that visit might have been. So he came there and he started laughing with me and we talking and that sort of stuff, and then they went home. And the next day he went to work. He was working night shift, and Sunday morning when I woke up at my uncle's place, I found my 2 brothers sleeping with me on the floor. My uncle didn't have much furniture in his home, so we were sleeping on the floor. We made a makeshift bed. And when I woke up, I was curious and I was surprised that my brothers were there. And when I woke up my brothers and I asked them, what are you guys doing here? And they didn't say anything because I'm sure they didn't know as well. And then my aunt looked at me and, with a face when you're expecting some bad news. And she told me, you know what? Your father has been shot. And I just burst out crying. My brothers burst out crying, and we didn't know what was going on. We got up, we made ablution, we went into our lounge, we picked up the Holy Quran, and we started reading that God Almighty will make it easy for my father and make everything okay. And then we peered out of the curtain and we seen my uncle and my mom arrive, and we rushed to the kitchen door of my uncle's house. And my mom walked in and she looked at me and she just burst out crying. And I think at that time, my world and my brother's whole world just came crashing down. Here we were, young children, and we just lost our father. You cannot understand the devastating impact of that day. Till today, it still cuts very deep into my heart. It's painful. So, when the world celebrates Father's Day, it makes me, I'm getting a bit emotional. It makes me very sad and heartbroken. Because while God has a bigger plan, or while God had a bigger plan for my father, there is some part in all of us, my 2 brothers and myself, that wish that he was with us here right now. While that is not possible, and I know that he's in a better place, I always take it upon myself to pray for him and send salutations upon him on an almost daily basis. So my message to you, dear friends, for those that have fathers and those who are fathers, acknowledge your dads and celebrate them. Cherish them. Treat them with kindness and respect. Because one day, when they are not there, it's only then you will realize the value of a father in your life. Another aspect is that while you don't respect your father or you don't appreciate your father, one day you will become a father. And how would you feel if your children treated you in such a disrespectful and derogatory manner? You wouldn't like that. So to all the fathers out there in South Africa and across the world, I take this opportunity to wish you a happy Father's Day. To all the children who have fathers, spend time with your dad on Father's Day, spoil them and hug them and value them. Because for those that have fathers, you will never understand what is it like to be without a father. And for those who don't have fathers, you will know exactly what I am going through. Before I conclude this video, I want to share some photographs of my dad, and I ask you, dear friends, to please lift up your hands, put them together, and say a prayer for my dad and all the people around the world that have lost their dads. May God grant them the highest stages of paradise. And one day, that's a definite, we will be reunited with them.
Understand the famous line about a day I'd face in time, 'cause now I've got a child of mine. And even though I was so bad, I've learned so much from you. Now I'm trying to do it too. Love my kid the way you do. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind.
Please like this video and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, please stay safe, take care of yourself and each other. Peace.
Swear that I would.